and welcome back to my corner of the internet. Today I've got a little tea talk video for you guys. The tea that I'm drinking today is out of this mug that's one of my favorites. It's a Downton Abbey mug, and it is covered in quotes from the Dowager Countess, played by Maggie Smith, and it's nice and big and hefty, and I love it. So the tea that I'm having in this mug right now is one of my favorites for this time of year, and it's by Tetley, and it's Warmth Cinnamon Spice. It tastes like cinnamon and orange, and it's just so good. I've got 3 I've been loving this week. So there's the cinnamon spice, also by Tetley. It's the Earl Grey vanilla. So good. I love this. My husband loves this too, and it smells amazing. It's your typical black tea, but it's infused with vanilla, and it's so tasty. And finally, the third one is the Restful Sleep Tea from Yogi Teas. It's got valerian, chamomile, passion flower, and skullcap, which are all traditionally used in herbal medicine as a sleep aid. So I've been having this probably every night for about a week, and it's been helping a lot, I think. It's just a nice, relaxing tea. I'm terrible for sleep. I'm always up way too late, and I just can't sleep sometimes. Partially because once the sun goes down and it gets dark and everyone goes to bed, I get a second burst of energy, and I just love using that time of night for working on things, whether it's editing videos or writing or just whatever. It's kind of quiet and it's just my time, and I get really motivated creatively. So, but I have been trying to find a more sensible bedtime. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about kindness. It's something that's been on my mind a lot recently. And I wanted to share a story with you guys because it's something that touched me so deeply. And just the other night I was laying in bed just thinking about it. And I just, it was such a important to me and my family display of kindness that I love sharing the story whenever I can. So here goes. Let me have a sip of tea first. A little sip. Oh my god. Look at that lipstick. Okay. So anyway, about 10 years ago, my husband and I were still fairly new parents. We had a 2-year-old. We were 25 years old. My husband was working hard at his job, but we didn't have any dental coverage. Here in Canada, healthcare is free. You can go to the doctor, the hospital, and that's covered by provincial healthcare, but dentists are not covered. So we didn't have any dental coverage at that time, and I had a tooth that was really bothering me. And I just kind of ignored it for as long as I could. I ignored it and I ignored it. And because we didn't have any coverage and we were young parents just starting out, we didn't have any money. So I just ignored it and ignored it. And then one day I woke up and I was in so much pain. And I could feel like it didn't feel right. And I went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, and the side of my face here was swollen. This side of my face was twice the size of the other one. It was absolutely shocking, and I was terrified. And my husband was home from work, and I said, like, oh, like, look at this, what is wrong? And he got a fright. And so we had no money, so I was like, well, I can't go to the dentist. So I went to the hospital to see if a doctor could at least give me an antibiotic, because clearly there was some sort of terrible infection going on inside my face. So I go in to the hospital. I'm signing in at the reception desk, and she's like, why are you here? And I was like, I think I have a really bad tooth infection. And she's like, why aren't you at the dentist? And I was like, I can't afford a dentist right now. So she's like, okay. So she signs me in. I go into like the triage room, and I'm waiting, and then a nurse comes to look at me, and she's like, is that? So I explained to her what's going on, tooth infection, I'm very pained. So she wants to get an x-ray done. She takes me down to the area of the x-ray room in the hospital. We go down the stairs. There's a lineup of like 30 people waiting to get x-rayed. She bypasses me the whole line and gets me immediately in to get x-rayed. And I'm like, okay, this can't be a good sign. So she does the x-ray, she's very calm. She goes, gets the doctor comes, and he's like, I'm sending you to the dental surgeon across town. She's like, he's gonna see you immediately. So what I need you to do is I need you to leave here and go directly to him. So I'm like, okay. So I go, I'm getting ready to leave, and the doctor again, he says, I can't stress enough, I need you to leave here and go directly to him. So I'm just like, okay, I got it, directly to him, I got it. So we leave, I go out, my husband's, I'm like, we have to go see a dentist across town, he's waiting for me. We have to go directly to him. The doctor is very specific about this. So we go over, I go into the dental surgeon's office. Again, there's a waiting room filled with people. I get called in to talk to the finance department, and she's like, how are you gonna be paying today? And I'm like, and I start crying, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna be paying today. I have no money. And I'm crying, and she's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. We'll talk about it later. So again, waiting room full of people. I get called in to see the dentist immediately. Like at this point, I'm getting very scared because the fact that they're moving this along so quickly is frightening to me. So he comes in, he sees me, he pulls the tooth immediately, then he leaves. The nurse is, the dental assistant is helping me get all cleaned up, and then she puts me in a waiting room to let some of the drugs wear off. It's like this little closet type thing. There's a little bed you can lay there. And then the dentist comes in. And he says to me, he sits down beside me and he looks at me and he says, is that your husband and daughter out there? And I said, yes. And he said, you don't have to worry about paying for this. It's covered. And I start crying again. And I said, thank you. And he said, take the money, because it was going to be like $600 or something crazy. And he said, take that money and do something fun with your family. And I said, thank you. And I later sent him a thank you card because that meant so much to me. But I don't know if he will ever really understand how much that meant to me. Because at that time, we would have been paying for that $600 for a month to try to get that bill paid off. And that he showed that kindness to me made such a difference to my life. And like, if he had come in and said, you won the lottery, like, that would have been the equivalent. Like, and it meant so much. And it's those things like that that I just love. Those little things that, like, to him, that was something little, but to me, that was so big. And I think that just really sums up in a lot of ways the way that kindness works. We do something small for someone that we don't really think of, and we don't know the kind of difference that we're making. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys because I think about it all the time. All the time. So let me know down in the comments below what's one wonderful thing that's happened to you because of the kindness that somebody else showed you. And yeah, that's it for today. I will see you guys again on Monday. I'm hoping to film a video with my husband this weekend now that we're feeling better, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye guys.